That shirt is slightly Eastery. I didn't plan that, but I'll take it. Shake them all. There we have delicious sustenance for a marathon swim. There's nothing incredibly spectacular about it. It's overnight oats with poached eggs on top. It's a Gwen Jorgensen special. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time catching up on comments on the YouTube channel. Thank you for everyone who does that. It makes it very fulfilling to keep going on this. A little bit of editing on the vlog, big ginormous swim. And you know what? I know that a lot of people are gonna want the recipe for that. Later today, I've gotta make a whole bunch of these that I'll stash at the office. I'll tell you how to make it. So delicious. This will be the first long weekend swim that I use the Finesse Duo bone conducting MP3 player that I tried out this week, and it worked okay. So hopefully that gets me through the entire couple hours here today and makes it go by a little bit quicker. That would be sweet. Staring at a black line for 2 hours is no picnic. That mental strain of staring at the black line and doing a long swim in the pool is probably just as draining on levels of fatigue as the actual swim. And exactly 3 minutes later, I'm there. I'm not gonna get home. So that meal that I made this morning is my go-to when I know that I have a really big workout. That was my number 1 breakfast that I would have planning for the last marathon swim that I trained for. In the morning, as I started doing the 2 to 4.5 hour swims. And now, today, we did that 2 hour, 1 minute, 1 second swim. So I knew that I needed a really big breakfast. So I pulled it out of retirement in full force. That said, I use that breakfast of overnight oats 3 times a week, and I stash it at the office. I've got to make my stash of overnight oats for the office here right now. So I figured I might as well put that together and show y'all what my go-to big breakfast is when I need a big key bunch of carbs in me. Get yourself some jars. We use the old almond butter tins. Get yourself some oatmeal. We use Bob's Red Mill organic old-fashioned rolled oats, which are these gluten-free or are they just low gluten? I think they're gluten-free. Kim thinks they're gluten-free. I take about a half a cup. During really big swims like this morning, I'll do about 2/3 of a cup. However much oatmeal you put in, that's how much water you also need to put in. And then you also need another cup of liquid, could just be water, but to hearty it up, I use whatever milks we've got. Hemp milk, almond milk, sometimes coconut milk, mix and match it. Oh, I forgot to say at the start, welcome to another edition of Taren Eats. Mel, we should do like a cooking YouTube channel show music track for this. Cue that now. If anything, you want to err on the side of a little bit too much liquid. So like half a cup of oats, a cup and a bit of liquid, because the oats are gonna soak it up. And then I start adding all kinds of seeds and seed-like objects. Go with about a tablespoon of flax for some healthy fats. A tablespoon of hemp hearts for some good protein. Okay. Settle down. Tablespoon of chia seeds for delicious chia-y goodness. Is chia a superfood?
Some debate about it.
Debate about it being a superfood or just being good in general?
Because it becomes gel-like, there's some conjecture that it actually steals the nutrients.
I don't know if you heard that, but there's some conjecture that chia steals the good things in the other foods because it's like gel and it sucks it up. Use chia sparingly. With caution. Frozen berries, good antioxidants in there. We all know that I hate oxidants. Some raisins, macadamia nuts, walnuts, vegan protein powder, because even though we're endurance athletes and we live and die by our carbs, we do need some protein. A little bit of coconut oil for some good fats. A little bit of natural peanut butter, because peanut butter is the glue that holds my body together. I stole that from Instagram because I saw it last night. And then a little bit of natural honey from my honey guy. These jars of honey are actually from the bees in his front yard. It's got wildflowers growing there. He makes honey out of it. It's awesome. And then here's where it goes from a slurry of ingredients to a delicious snack. Cover it up, shake them all so the oats can get all throughout the middle, and then bam, you let it sit overnight or over several nights like I do. By the end of the week, there will be a 5-night overnight oats waiting for me at the office. This is gonna be nice, smooth, and creamy. You can just microwave it, and you got delicious overnight oats.
You know that most people eat overnight oats cold, right?
Well, most people who eat overnight oats cold are missing out.
That's how they're meant to be.
'Cause it's how they're meant to be eaten? Gross. Wherever all of you are that are eating cold overnight oats, why? Now where this gets into jacking it up a little bit in mornings like today, where I really needed a lot of calories to get me through that swim, I'll increase all of the ingredients by just a little bit, just to get the calories up a little bit. And then what I also added was 2 poached eggs. Now I know that before I've mentioned that we eat a lot of vegan meals. I will reiterate, I won't hold myself or even claim to be even in the realm of the amazing standard that vegans set for themselves. I would say that we eat many, many vegan meals, but I'm not a vegan. Hence the eggs this morning. And I find that the eggs make it really, really hearty, and it also settles my stomach a lot. So the egg energy, I find, helps give you a really sustained burst of energy, whereas this typically burns off in, I find, about an hour to an hour and a half until I start getting hungry again. This morning, I ate the oats at 6:30 and then didn't eat again until I had the first break in the pool around 9:30. And I didn't really have hunger pains throughout that. So that's the fat, that's the eggs, that's all the hearty stuff combining with the carbs to make it a really long-lasting energy. But that's rare. I might have the eggs in there like a few times a year. If you are interested in this recipe, I will put a link in the description below to triathlontaren.com/oats, and the recipe will be there, and you can also download a little card onto your phone. Also, what Kim and I are talking about is, because she has had to feed this machine for so many years, she's got a really good collection of gluten-free snacks, vegan meals, all kinds of good stuff that fuels the never-ending pit that is my mouth. And I think that in the website redo that we're working on, we're gonna upload a lot of the recipes there. Hit the like button if you're a big fan of that idea. Otherwise, that's it. It's Easter dinner. I'm gonna go feed my face. What's Easter dinner?
Ham, meatballs, cabbage rolls, salad, mashed potato.
Like I say, I'm not vegan. When we have family events or we go out for a nice meal, it kind of goes away. And that concludes another day of Taren Eats in the kitchen.